E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schweim, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, mainland product, Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. This is Eagles headquarters, and Dave Klemic, good morning to you, and it never gets old looking through the bar here out to the Atlantic Ocean through palm trees. Good morning.
Baby. Caffeinated, activated, ready to go to work. Let's
All right,
do
brother,
it.
let's do it. Fist bump. Good morning to you, Josh Hennig, Mr. Everything. He's responsible for setting up the whole our whole station here and getting going. Good morning, Josh.
Morning, Billy. It's Eagles Cowboys.
It is Eagles. Look, it is Eagles Cowboys, and I got to tell you, man, I'm juiced up for this game. I want to see a blowout. I want to see the Eagles just run away with it and have our starters out of the game by like the third quarter, so that they can, because they got a short week. They got the Commanders coming up, but it never gets old. Dallas Cowboys week. This is just you can feel.
No, and I feel like there's blood in the water right now.
Right.
You know, you see the opposite trajectories of the teams.
Yep.
They lost the last three. We won the last four. And they're feeling the blood in the water. You know, I think there's going to be a big score.
It's like the we're looking at the Atlantic. It's like the Cowboys are in the and the Sharks are circling.
Yep.
Right, Josh?
Yep.
You can feel it.
And they got all these injuries too.
Yeah.
Their injury report's crazy.
Josh, do you think that the Cowboys are like, you know what they say? Watch out when you go against a wounded dog or something. Do you think they have any chance? Obviously, they have a chance, but do you think the Eagles are really going to put the screws to the Cowboys today?
Well, they better if they're serious about winning the division.
Right.
Because remember, if they win the next two games, today against the Cowboys and then Thursday against Washington, they will be the only team in the division with no losses against their division. So that means when they go down the stretch of the season,
right,
they will hold that in-division tiebreaker to the end of the year. So to me, if the Eagles are serious about winning the division, you don't care who's playing on the other side of the Cowboys. You want to put them down and put them out.
But we're second behind the Redskins right now, right?
Well, we're second only because they played one more game.
We had the bye week. We got a great show lined up today. The last time we were here at LaScala's 2 weeks ago, of course, we had Vince Papale here, Mr. Invincible, and it was such a great show.
Awesome.
By the way, we're all over the Brigantine Times with one of the reporters from Brigantine Times, photographers was here, and boy, got a lot of pictures of all the people that were here with Vince. And we had a lot of fun, and it was.
And then a special moment because Coach Vermeil hit us up at 11 o'clock, and we were, the two of us were getting emotional. But thing where you connected over, so he's 74, 78.
He just turned 78.
And I'm 46.
Oh, no, wait. I take Vince Papale. Yeah, 78.
So then we're connected by one man who, who coached both of us. Isn't that crazy?
And he just turned 80, I think.
80,
is he 80? 88, 86? How old is he?
Let's find out.
I'm going to say he's 88.
I
think I saw 88. We got a great show lined up today. We will talk with Vinny Jr., Vince Papale Jr., about what he's doing with he's walking his father's footsteps.
Yes, he's taking the broken road. Nobody gives him a shot. He's been at camp with the Raiders and the Redskins. Right. He does workouts all over the place. Yeah. I'm sorry. The Commanders. 88. Wow. So if you shook hands with him, he's crush your hand.
Yeah.
You'd think he's 30 years old.
And you talk to him on the radio. Dick Vermeil does not sound 88 years
old.
No,
he doesn't look.
And he doesn't. He looks youthful.
So I went down to his house in Key West.
Okay.
Right. And I'm thinking, we're gonna probably drive everywhere and everything. Key West. No, man, we walk everywhere. We walk, bike everywhere we go in Key West. I spent the weekend with him. It was awesome. And as a matter of fact, we get on the boat with him, his brother, and Al Saunders, my offensive coordinator.
Oh, get out, really?
Yep. He was also the head coach of the Chargers for a little bit.
But Vinny Jr. is walking in his father's footsteps, and he's now with the UFL.
Yes, and was an All-Pro with the UFL.
Was an All-Pro?
Yep.
So we'll get a chance to talk with Vinny Jr., and he lives in Philadelphia too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock, we get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, brought to you by Blitz's Market. And then at the bottom of the second hour, we'll get our fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant. And I'm against Nicky Nuggets this week, and I'm up on him big time because Joe Burrows had a phenomenal game on Thursday. How about that game Thursday night?
Lost, though.
He lost, but How many touchdowns did Chase?
3, and he had 260 on receiving. That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
The only person who's ever had more yards in a single game than Jamar Chase is Jerry Rice.
Is that right? So that makes sense. Now, the Eagles are going up a Dakless, and this was I put in my article, 97.3 ESPN that I write every Friday. Of course, I send it to Josh, and he's a busy man on Fridays, but he gets it up and posted on 97.3ESPN.com, where you can read my article every Friday. But I said the Dakless Colts could be a dangerous team because Cooper Rush, he's 5-1 as a backup, and you always get the team always gets a little juice when a backup quarterback plays.
I know. You know what? That's true. There's some emotional stuff behind that because they have to like catch up for everybody else. And they say, okay, we all got to play better because we got a guy that we got to bring along. It's true. I don't think it's going to matter right now. I just don't. I think that too many guys hurt. They're in an opposite trajectory of the Eagles, and we are again making crazy plays. And we had a lot of bad play calling in the last game and still made some crazy plays that will be talked about for the rest of our lives. Saquon Barkley's run was a 15-yard run. Like, he's just playing with the swag. You just can't stop him.
Right, you can't stop him. Josh, I got to tell you, Sirianni, Coach Sirianni's under a lot of pressure for his play calling or decision-making with respect to field goals and extra points and two-point conversions. They were up 22-0. It looked like they were getting ready to blow the Jaguars away, only to let them come back in the game because of some questionable decision-making.
Yeah, so there's two things to keep in mind here. Number one, before this past Sunday, the Eagles were perfect going for two-point conversions this year. Then they went 0 for 3, right? So is Sirianni reckless, or was he just going off of the fact that, hey, my team has been that successful?
As a player, I'm hyped that he did that for us. Like, he's like, I don't care what the metrics say.
Right.
I trust my guys. Go do it again. Do it again. So I like that. From the player standpoint, they love him. From the media standpoint, they're going to think he's an idiot.
Well, that's the conundrum. And Billy, let me get your thoughts before we get to Dave. We have had multiple players come out this week on different shows. Lane Johnson talking with Derek Gunn, Darius Slay on his podcast.
Right.
All these different players, Devonta Smith talking with the media in the locker room. They all saying, we love the fact that Sirianni goes for it. We appreciate that. So for you, Billy, you're someone, you're a fan.
Yeah.
So as a fan, how do you differentiate between these media people saying this is reckless, it's ridiculous, and then all the players saying, no, we want this?
Well, just like I had my brother Bobby on the show yesterday, and Bobby's been very critical of Nick Sirianni and those decisions that that look kind of on paper to a fan look suspect.
Right.
But the players love it. So I'm caught in the middle. I understand that the players want Sirianni to be himself. They like that passion. They like the gambler, the aggressiveness. But the football people, that's air quotes, football people think it's nonsense, and that at the end of the day, when you get into the playoffs, it could actually go against you, work against you.
Yeah, I mean, they were right that time. But the players now are going to keep playing with that swag. Like, the plays that they were making and the Devonta Smith catch, that was overshadowed by the Saquon Barkley run.
Right.
But that Devonta Smith catch was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I haven't seen a flag football play look that good. A catch was amazing. He touched the end zone barely, caught it one hand, tucked it around. I mean, you guys, that play was so elite that, the stuff that Saquon Barkley did will be talked about forever, but that catch by Devonta Smith, I'll never forget.
And by the way, Jalen Hurts, he had a good game. He did what he needed to do. His statistics weren't like overwhelming. He was 18 to 24 for 230 yards.
But what was the most
But he had
important
2
number?
touchdowns with no turnovers.
No turnovers.
And that's, as long as he's not hurting them with the turnovers, he doesn't have to throw 3 touchdowns and go throw for 350 yards. Right? Just execute the plays that are in front of you, and then you'll be fine. Especially when you have playmakers like Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert.
That name stuck since week 1.
Who is, by the way, healthy this week now, so that's a
By the way,
plus.
there's Danny Ryan, our producer, back at the studio. Yeah, I mean, now the only person, the right tackle, the left tackle.
Well, Mailata's on injured reserve.
But he's on injured reserve, so everybody's healthy except for Mailata.
And that might be a problem today because he's going to be matched up with Micah Parsons. Fred Johnson is.
But Fred Johnson's been playing pretty well, Danny.
Micah Parsons a different beast, though. I mean, I get it. First week back from injury.
Micah also hasn't played since
exactly.
September,
Yeah, first week back from injury.
We don't even know what level he's going to be.
Dave,
at.
you know this. What coaches like when you have a player like Micah Parsons. What do coaches like to do? Go right at him, right?
Yeah.
They like to run right at him.
Well, that was such a
Don't run away from him, right at him.
That was a big gaping hole in their defense.
Yeah.
Now. And I think they're like ranked last in rush defense in the league. If you looked at all the stats together, they're last.
They are ranked 30th in rush defense.
Yeah, they're second to last in the NFL in points allowed per game.
Yep.
Are the Dallas Cowboys for the entire year.
Total defense are ranked 27.
Think about this. So the Eagles are averaging 28 points per game since the bye week. Cowboys on the year are allowing 28 points a game.
Exactly.
And to your point about the offense, Bill, I wanted to play this cut for you real quick because Lane Johnson kind of raised some people's eyebrows about him saying, we went to the coaches about the offense at the bye week. This is what he said on the Gun on One show.
And I think that's important because, coaches have their jobs, players have their jobs, but at the end of the day, we're working together. And so, yeah, we came together, we discussed how we can make an offense that complements everybody, that makes it easier for everybody, where it's not so tough. And so I think, when you can do that, like I said, the style offense we're playing now works very efficiently for everybody. And you make the defenses stink, you put them in bad situations, and when you make defenders stink, it makes it a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah, when you react, right, Dave? I mean, football players, if you don't have to think about what you're doing, you just react. You're ahead of the game.
And you need 1 second more. Like that's why I don't like the RPO for this team because I like them being aggressive. They're very athletic. We're probably one of the most talented rosters. So if you give them a play, then you walk to the line of scrimmage with a bunch of swag. No, we're gonna apply pressure on you.
Right.
We get
you
time.
stop us.
Yeah, if you try to pick it as you go, and it's hard because your decision then isn't made with authority.
Right.
So I love when we go and do a play. I don't care what the defense is, we're going to beat you.
All right, it's Cowboys weekend. We're here at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. Come on down, watch the game here. Of course, great vibes, great food, great drinks. This is an awesome place to watch the Philadelphia Eagles. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing with the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Ask for Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Write that number down. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce, financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue more as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House for our Eagles pregame show. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small. Can't wake up without it. Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Servicing Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Time to work on your gift list with Black Friday deals at the Home Depot. Right now, get a select tool from top brands like Ryobi and Milwaukee for free when you buy a select battery kit. Choose from reciprocating saws, multi-tools, sanders, and more. Whether you're stocking up on power for your personal workshop or grabbing the perfect gift for someone else's. Get Black Friday tool deals delivered from the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-626-5252. 800-626-5252. 800-626-5252.
Healthier starts here with Get Covered New Jersey. Get quality, affordable health coverage. 9 in 10 get financial help to lower costs, and many pay $10 a month or less. Enroll at getcovered.nj.gov.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Getting you ready for Week 10 in the NFL. Of course, the 6-2 Eagles playing the 3-5 Washington. I'm thinking about Washington already. I hope the Eagles aren't. The Dallas Cowboys.
They better not be.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's one thing we've been talking about all week is don't look ahead. This could be a trap game.
You could, but I think it's the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So that kind of like it's a rivalry. But anything can happen during a rivalry. I'll give that. I've been there on both sides of that where we were way better than a team that played up, and then we were way worse than a team that played up. So if it was a rivalry.
Does keep losing, teams losing.
Coach Vermeil, keep losing, teams losing.
Hey, let me ask you, since we have you here, of course, you're with Klemic Performance Method, your business, and he's almost like he's like a doctor in a way. He knows so much.
Dr. Vinny Boombatz.
Dr. Vinny Boombatz up here. Not that I really care about Dak Prescott, but he is seeking a second opinion because his hamstring injury is so bad that he pulled it off the bone.
It's actually a third opinion now.
If you pulled a hamstring off the bone, it's a grade 3.
Okay.
So you have 3 grades.
That actually pulls off the bone.
So really quick. So the description that was reported was it's an ovulation strain of the hamstring where part of the hamstring has been ripped off the bone.
Could it be career ending is what I'm getting at?
No, they can surgically repair the hamstring, but that is not usually done from like a running thing. It was like overstretched if it's done off the bone. So a strain would be like mid muscle kind of, but coming off the bone, you had to been overstretched somewhere and pulled it off. Because most things like with hamstrings are like overuse. You know what I mean?
Because Josh, this could be a season-ending injury if he gets
the report that came out over the weekend was that they're going to get a final opinion this coming week.
Okay.
But the idea is that he is going to have season-ending surgery.
Yeah, if he goes through surgery, he'll be out. for sure.
No, the plan is apparently he's going to have surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, he just wanted a second and third opinion. Obviously, when you get surgery like that, you have to go look at all options.
Well, he's a quarterback that runs. He needs to be out and get surgery.
Right.
Like if it's like a, I've never heard of somebody pulling the hamstring off the bone. Honestly,
Yeah,
I've
really?
never heard of it.
That's why I asked you.
Nope.
The Eagles haven't won down in Dallas since 2017. They've lost 6 in a row. Do you think that has any effect on the players today?
Absolutely not. Nobody cares.
I like when he says
Love it.
No.
Nobody cares.
No, because we've been told by we've had Brad Quast, the former player. We've had a lot of former players tell us, Josh, that you read these press handouts about what the record is previous years and this and that has no effect on today's game.
Our coach used to tell us, hey, this is in college too, or not in the NFL because it was coded for meal, but in college, you'd be like, oh, we haven't lost this team in like 4 years. I'm like, that means nothing to me. I just got here. Like, I don't know. I don't get, unless you were like Jason Kelsey, who's been there for 18 years, and you're part of the fabric of the community. A lot of these guys are in and out in like one. A lot of these guys are in and out in like one season. So why would they care? They don't get the whole culture. They're here to visit, and then they're out after the season's over. So they don't care.
Micah Parsons is back in the lineup, but I'm not. Cowboys got a lot of problems, Josh. I mean, we established that they're 27th in the league in defense, 30th overall against the rush, 18th in the pass, and they've given up 28 points a game. The Eagles should have a field day today.
Well, they should, and I think that's where you have to focus on doing your job in a game like this. And I'm going to be curious to see how they work Dallas Goedert back into the lineup because, they have really adapted to the idea of Grant Calcaterra being the number 1 tight end, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they're bringing Goddard back, so how does that impact touches? How does it impact targets?
He's been good. Calcaterra has been real good.
And don't forget, Calcaterra played with Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma in 2019, so they already had a familiarity.
That's how they found Dallas Goedert.
But if you look at the stats today, I mean, you look at the rankings and everything. You would think Saquon Barkley, who's had he's eclipsed the 100-yard mark 3 games in a row. He should have a big game today. They relied on him. Now, last week he had 30 touches, Josh. That's a little bit too much. You don't want to. I don't think you need Saquon Barkley touching the ball 30 times a game. 22 to 25 maybe.
I think Gainwell should have a 100-yard game today. I just think kind of like let him get out the first half and get his 70, 80 yards and then put Gainwell in there. I think we're going to be up by like a lot of points.
I'm always skeptical about playing a wounded team, though, because you always seem to get their best, even though they're without Prescott. And
Listen, they are fighting for their playoff lives. Right. They're fighting for their jobs. A couple things to keep in mind. Mike McCarthy, final year of his contract. Quarterback starting today, Cooper Rush, final year of his contract. There's a lot of players and a lot of coaches who are fighting for their professional football futures.
The Philadelphia Eagles have an opportunity to really set the table for next week if they beat the Cowboys and beat them decisively. You're all these naysayers, and I've been one of them. Maybe the first 4 games, like the real preseason, Josh. Right. I mean, they didn't look. The Eagles did not look. They didn't look great, but it's settling into Vic Fangio's system defensively, and of course Kellen Moore offensively.
I think the big question for me has been, and I'll ask you, Dave, this. When you know a defense, what they're capable of, right? You saw them in the Saints game, right? You saw them in, the Bengals game, right? But then they don't do that every week. How much of that is just, styles make fights, and how much of that is a defense just being inconsistent?
Well, what I've noticed, really noticed, has been the improved tackling.
Yeah.
Remember, we were getting contact at the line of scrimmage and stuff like that. We weren't making tackles. And then I think with the addition of Cooper DeJean, too, I think he has just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he really is a good tackler. And they send him on the safety corner blitzes that's the guy they send because he can tackle so well. He knows how to angle the quarterback, even if it's a running quarterback, to take him down.
He's a fundamentally sound
very,
defensive
very fundamentally
back.
sound, yeah.
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, Josh.
Salt and pepper, baby.
I mean, they're unbelievable. They've been
awesome.
playing great, those two. And have they been getting enough accolades? Have they been getting enough press media notice?
No,
the media been noticing their efforts?
No, they haven't.
Not on a national basis.
No, they haven't, and I'll tell you why. Because no one remembers when you do a good job. They always overemphasize when you do a bad job. Ever since Cooper DeJean became the slot corner, you have never heard a single broadcast say, the nickel corner got beat.
Right.
You heard it every single week with Avonte Maddox. This young man has done an amazing job coming into that role, owning that job. Same with Quinyon Mitchell. You never hear on the broadcast say he was out of position. He got beat over the top. But because we're not talking about them negatively, they're almost like out of sight, out of mind.
That's a good point, because you don't talk about them too much until only when the big play happens over their
negative
heads.
Stuff.
We got.
Well, I'm saying because they're rookies. Do you think they're getting enough press coverage?
They're still getting earning their stripes right now. But
Okay.
Quinyon
How about
Mitchell
in the locker room, Dave? When a young guy comes in and plays well, or a couple young guys that come in and solidify the defense, because I would say that's wouldn't you say, Josh? Is that a good word? Those two guys have solidified the defense.
Yeah.
So do you think?
No,
they
don't.
They're still rookies.
They'll give them a pound.
All right,
but they're not going to hug them and stuff like that. They're like,
they're not accepting.
No.
Well, Darius Slay did say this week how proud he is of those guys.
Right,
he
but
did tell the media.
But the big defensive lineman.
They're not giving you that same love that you get as a vet. I've been there too, and I'm like, geez, this is tough. Like they really
they're
make
earning
it
their
earn it.
stripes.
Yeah,
They're earning their stripes. All right, we got it. We're just right here. We're getting ready for Eagles Cowboys 4:25 kickoff today. We're here at LaScala's Beach House for our Eagles pregame shows. We had 8 dates this year. After today, we have 2 left: December 8th and December 22nd. So if you haven't had an opportunity to get down to LaScala's, please do. The food's great. The atmosphere is even better as LaScala's Beach House. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Ask for Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about LaScala's Beach House. This place is phenomenal. The food's unbelievable. Great food, great drinks, great vibe here at LaScala's Beach House. It opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday now, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk with Vinny Papale Jr. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season this Sunday in Dallas against their NFC East rival Cowboys.
Vince passed another, leaps over a third, and cuts down at the 30.
What was that?
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at 3 p.m. and kickoff at 4:25. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
And again, again and again. Call and again, again and again. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game on December 29th? Picksforgood.org is sending 2 fans, VIP, club level, Eagles-Cowboys, December 29th. Access to VIP tailgate, food and beverage included. Picksforgood.org for your chance to go see Eagles-Cowboys, December 29th, down at the link.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schweim, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product, Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live here. Jimmy's here in the house already. We got a great view of the Atlantic Ocean through the palm trees, Dave. This is a great place to watch the Eagles game.
I don't care if it's 35 degrees. I'm still looking at the palm trees, and I still feel like
right?
we're all bundled up, and I'm like, I'm hanging on to the summer by that palm tree right there.
All right, 2 weeks ago when we were here, the last time we were here, we had Mr. Invincible Vince Papale here, and everybody he's an Eagles legend. Everybody loves Vince Papale, but that movie was great. We all watched it, by the way. Danny Ryan, my producer back in the studio, Nick Earnshaw, everybody watched Invincible before we had Vince.
What's really cool is in production when Mark Wahlberg and Elizabeth Banks were doing that movie.
Right.
You could see them like riding bikes and carrying little Vinny around and little Gabby Papale around.
Right.
Yeah. And they were like, I saw him riding on their handlebars and stuff like that. And that's the kid that we're going to talk to right now. I mean, he was a little kid at the time.
So this is really cool. Vince, obviously everybody knows Vince Papale, but Vinny Papale Jr., he's walking in his father's footsteps. A bit he plays for the Memphis Showboats, right? In the UFL.
In this past season, yep.
Yeah, past season. So he's
balling too.
Balling.
He had a catch this year that was elite, like toe tap swag.
Right.
It was one of the sickest catches ever. They actually made T-shirts about that catch. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Well, we got him on the line. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room, Vinny Papale Jr. Good morning, Vinny. Hey, man, we had your father in here, but he still draws a crowd, Vinny. Your father looks great, and I got to tell you, man, that movie, I watched it again. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and my daughter's here hanging out with Dave Klemic's daughter today. But we all watched the movie before we had, in preparation for your father, and I got to tell you, at the end of that movie, I got all choked up, man. Well, we had Dick Vermeil. I had Dick Vermeil call in and surprised both Dave Klemic and your father. And while they were talking to Coach Vermeil, you should have seen. We looked over, right, Josh? That both of them were welling up, man. Coach Vermeil means so much to both of these guys.
Shut up, Vinny.
So, hey, Vinny, is any pressure? Do you feel any extra pressure being Vince Papale Jr.?
Vinny, it's Josh Hennig. I have a ton of questions I want to ask you. Hopefully, Billy lets me at least ask 2 of them. In between, Billy wanted to reminisce about your father. But I want to talk to you about you, Vinny, because, not everyone has the opportunity to have someone in their family who actually played professional football. So for you, going through the process of Bishop Eustace to Delaware to the Canadian Football League to the UFL, playing at all these different levels, what has been the best benefit for you having someone in your family who played professional ball? You played for Ken Wisenhut. This is a guy who got to coach a team to the Super Bowl with the Arizona Cardinals. What was it like playing for him with Memphis and then, getting the opportunity to be honored as an All-Pro in the USFL? Okay.
Filippo.
Yep.
We're talking with Vinny Papale Jr., son of Vince Papale, and I know Dave Klemic. He actually facilitated this interview. I thought it would be pretty cool to talk to you, especially since we had your father on the program a couple of weeks ago, and get your perspective and your insight on you and your career.
Yeah, and Vinny, Vinny and I played for the same guy, Frank Gantz Jr.
Okay,
right? So he's a funny guy, crazy, loud man. And I know as a special teams guy, he's really he got famous for bringing Dante Hall along. Right. Gary Stills along. So these guys are multiple-time Pro Bowlers. I mean, Dante's in the Hall of Fame, Ed Reed, and some guys that he brought on, and Vinny to be a UFL All-Pro also on special teams. I know he super loves you. We've talked. I saw him at Coach Vermeil's Hall of Fame induction, and we talked about you a lot. Somebody who, and Vinny, you've gotten better. Like on test scores. When he went to test, he just worked out with the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
His test scores were better.
Didn't you rehab Vinny with Klemic Performance?
Yeah, and he gotten better.
Yeah.
His vertical leap went, he was like a 36. I mean, he's only like 39, 40 inches on a vertical leap, broad jumping, almost 11 feet, running faster than he ever had. He finally got healthy. Now, he had been really injury ridden.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what hindered him. And honestly, and I'm going to say this right now, and Vinny, you may agree, disagree. I think him being Vince Papale's son hurt him.
Oh, is that right?
Honestly, I think there in a lot of ways people go, I don't want to be the guy that's like a nepotism guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? I think it might hurt him a little bit, and I think it's gonna make it a little bit harder. God bless. He's gotten some attention because of it.
Right.
Vinny, do you agree or disagree?
Hey, Vinny, I had a chance to.
Thanks, Dad.
I actually saw you play at Bishop Eustace. I live in Collingswood, right across the Cooper River. So years ago, when I first started in radio, I've known your father for a long, long time, and going back to the 80s, and I used to see him at Enchante. But when I went over to Bishop Eustace, I actually was working for you covering the Bishop Eustace game, and Vinny was playing. I saw your dad there, and that's how we reconnected and had him on my show. But, yeah, so I got a chance to see you play in high school. Let me, going from high school to Delaware to where you are now, what has been the biggest difference in the games? Speed. Yeah.
Nailed it.
So Vinny, you're 6 foot, about 205 pounds. What do you run the 40 in? Hey, Vinny, let me ask you a question. What is in the future for you as far as trying out for maybe NFL teams? Right. Sure.
And how about the? I'm sorry. How about the flag football you just played in Italy? That's going to be an Olympic sport coming up, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So he'll be an Olympian.
Will you be playing for Italy?
Yeah.
Well, you're Papale. You're Italian.
Hey.
Hey, paisan. Oh, how about that? So one last question before we let you go, Vinny. I know because I played at a small junior college. Dave played at Northeastern, so not big places, but you know that you could play in the NFL, right? I mean you could
Well,
if
we've
you
had
just need the opportunity,
Coach
right?
Vermeil said many times, this kid would make my roster.
Yeah.
This kid would definitely make my roster. You watched a ton of film on Vinny.
So how do you convince, like, you know, your father knows, Dave Klemic knows. How do you convince the upper echelon? Sometimes if you just you get that moniker of maybe small school guy, not too big, not too fast. How do you? I guess when you get an opportunity, you got to make the most of it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, all right, Vinny. When are they going to make a movie about you? What's the name of the movie?
You gotta wait till you know what, Vinny? Everyone's waiting till you turn 30 till they sign you.
Well, listen, Vinny. I'm really excited that Dave reached out to you and that we had an opportunity to talk to you, because especially since we had your dad here a couple weeks ago. I want to thank you so much and good luck to you.
Love you, buddy.
All right, Vince, thank you so much.
Vinny,
we'll talk to you again. All right, there he is, Vinny Papale Jr. on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. How about that?
Kid's getting married, too. Yes. He's got a great girl, Mackenzie. She's just fantastic. And Vince,
is that
very
cool for you, Dave, when you work with somebody in Klemic Performance Method,
mm-hmm.
and then they go on to great things like that?
Yeah, like when he made the All-Pro team of the UFL, we had him come talk to our kids,
right.
And we had him. We posted that picture everywhere, and he did. I mean, he led the league in special teams tackles.
Okay,
so it's like we know he's got that hustle bug in him.
Yeah,
he's got that. I mean, he's legitimately track fast. He can run about 24 miles per hour. He could jump 40 inches in vertical leap. Anything you need him to do, he'll do it and explode.
Just needs that shot.
He just needs a shot. He needs to get his foot in the door. That's it.
All right.
And not be hurt.
All right, we're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. Come on down. Alex is getting the place all ready to go for the Eagles-Cowboys game at 4:25. Of course, come on down. The food is phenomenal. The atmosphere is even better. And the drinks, the vibe, everything's great down here. We'll be here. And come on down and see us. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate needs. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's a big game in primetime this week when the 6-3 Texans host the 7-1 Lions. Detroit is on a 6-game winning streak and leads the league in scoring. Now they face a Houston team that is a perfect 4-0 at home. Join Mike Golick and me for all the action. Lions and the Texans coming up on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back here at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine, getting you ready for the Eagles-Cowboys game. Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product. He's caffeinated and activated today. I love that. Of course, Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, who does everything here at the station to keep us up and running.
Not only that, but he hyped me and Nick. We work out together on Wednesdays, and he said a prayer that hyped us up so much I couldn't sleep for 3 days.
You guys do a little prayer before the workout?
Yeah.
All right. Josh I hear he was imitating me last week. By the way, PJ Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, he does a segment with us every Saturday. He got us all tickets in his suite to watch the Sixers-Grizzlies last week. And Josh was imitating me? Is he doing that?
It was so elite that I cried on the way home. I almost had to pull over. And
you were crying at yesterday's show. You were laughing so hard.
It was so hard. Yesterday's show with Bobby Schweim, him calling you an idiot and
breaking my stones over the ducks in my Jeep.
That was so funny.
There is nothing more Bobby Schweim than to find the most frivolous thing in the world to make fun of Billy about.
The thing about tinted windows in his Jeep Liberty was the funniest thing I ever heard. And the ducks in the
I mean, only Bobby Schweim would find something so irrelevant to anyone else
and break my stones about
and break your stones about it. Like, Billy, you could meet 1,000 people, and Bobby's the only one.
He'll talk about the one person that I didn't meet. You don't know him?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, it's Eagles-Cowboys, and there's a lot of Cowboys.
It is? Sure?
There's a lot of Cowboys fans that live in the area. Josh, remember when you and I worked at another radio station?
Yeah.
You know what I used to do? I called I had a psychologist. I forget his name.
He did.
I would have a psychologist come and talk to us about how these people become a Cowboys fan. What he said was the Oedipus Rex syndrome or something.
Yeah, it was something.
He tried to diagnose how these people that live in this area.
I mean, honestly, it was a little tongue in cheek anyway.
Well, it was. It was obviously to make light of it, but it's the truth. Like, how do you become a Cowboys fan? You live in this area.
The only way was that back in the day, they were like in the 70s, 80s, they won like 8, or they've been in the Super Bowl like 8 times.
Go even further. But from 1961 to 1977, the Eagles missed 17 years. They didn't make the playoffs. They were not only did they not make the playoffs, they were like 1-14, 1-13.
They were horrible.
They were horrible, and so people that lived in this area and didn't want to associate themselves with such a bad team.
Right.
They looked for a team, and it just happened to be the Cowboys with the star, the silver, America's team.
If I just jump in real quick, also, Billy, you remember this? You didn't have football on every channel back in the day.
You had it on 2 channels.
You had the game of the week.
CBS and NBC had it.
And 9 times out of 10, the game of the week had either, the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Giants, Washington, the Dolphins.
Yeah, yep.
Those were the teams on TV all the time. And so if all you see every week is those teams, you might not even know your team.
Well, I think it was more people wanted to be associated with a winner.
Yeah, when they were
front
winning.
runners.
So with the addition of the salary cap in 1994, right? They've only
94,
been in
yeah.
the Super Bowl one time since then.
Yeah.
Pre that, they were 8 times in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe 20 years.
Well, they
And
haven't won
then
anything in 27 years, right?
They haven't even got an NFC championship
No.
game in over 30
They
years.
bought themselves a bunch of championships, and then ever since it's been fair with the salary cap, never been back.
All right,
One time,
ready?
one
I'm going to
time.
ask you a question.
Sure.
I'm going to say, I want you to name a Cowboy from the past.
Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Corey Finn.
Drew Pearson.
All right, I'm going to say Roger Staubach, or how about Walt Garrison? Bob Lilly.
Bob Lilly's a good one. How about
Drew Pearson. You say
Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett. My brother Bobby and I, the 2 Cowboys that we liked was Dorsett and Staubach. Because Dorsett went to Pitt.
Staubach went to Naval Academy. He was my Popeyes favorite guy.
Oh, my dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
My father is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. He was down at Pearl Harbor a couple days before it got hit, or after it got hit. He pulled in. But anyway, he was a big Roger Staubach fan, but he hated the Cowboys. That's why I'm a true Eagles fan. Let's go, Birds! We got to get fired up. We got Eagles, Cowboys at 4:25. We're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. Come on down. Hour 2. We have Scott Grayson get the keys to the game, and we'll talk to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here, 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, Eagle fans, this is Josh Hennig inviting you to join me at 4 p.m. today for our Eagles watch party at Doyle's Poorhouse in Tuckerton. Come out for your chance to win a special commemorative Eagles football, Disney on Ice tickets, and other great prizes we will give away at halftime of the Eagles-Cowboys game. You must be present to win today at Doyle's Poorhouse in Tuckerton. Come on out to watch the Eagles play the Cowboys at 4 p.m. and win prizes today at Doyle's Poorhouse in Tuckerton.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin. No way! Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594.
That's 800-488-2594.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papale, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Off the bench, Coach. And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product, and, of course, Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, as we're getting you guys ready for Eagles football. And as we're broadcasting here, Dave, look what the wind blew in. My brother just walked in with his two sons, Colin and Cody, and they're going to be watching the game with us here at LaScala's. Get yourself in a three-point stand.
It's just wild that you have an identical twin and your brother has identical twin boys, too. That is just wild.
Well, they actually are fraternal, but you can't tell them apart. It's funny because we're Bill and Bob, and they're Colin and Cody, or William and Robert, see Bill, see Bob. As we call them. Scott Simpson. Cody, Robert, Colin, Williams. Scott Simpson made that.
Because that's not confusing.
No. All right. Eagles, Cowboys. We got a lot to talk about. Now it's time to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and their vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets. Go down there and say hello to Dave and Joe Newman. Let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott Grayson.
Good morning, guys. I tell you what, I feel bad for Josh and for Dave. They're surrounded by a bunch of schweims, it sounds like.
They are outnumbered for sure today. Scott Grayson, good to see you. And everybody's smiling. We're all happy. The Eagles' 4-game winning streak. They did. You said this, Scott, back in October. They need to win these next 4 games and then get to the Cowboys, and then they got the Washington Commanders on Thursday night. Short week, but we feel good. The games they won, even though there was a little, I guess, controversy with some of the decisions that Coach Sirianni made. But other than that, the Eagles have been playing really well the last 4 or 5 weeks.
I mean, everything is pointing up, right? You certainly feel, like you said, everybody feels better because you can see the trend is up in both offense and defense. And, there's just reason to be optimistic where 4 weeks ago, before this 4-game winning streak, we were kind of going, what is this team? Who are they? What are they doing? We know Saquon can produce, but what about everybody else? And what is Jalen doing? Because he was turning it over every game. Look, you got to give credit where credit's due. They've all buttoned things up. They've gotten things into a better place. They are really seem to have found themselves with a bit of an identity here on both sides of the ball. You see young guys on defense really starting to step up and get comfortable. And, and being around them the last couple of weeks, I would say that at the facility and there's a little bit of that swagger coming back. And that's nice to see. I think they've earned it. And now, today is definitely a tough task. And I know everything says, right, that this should be an easy win. When does that ever happen to this team? And when does that happen to this team in a division game, more or less, especially against the Cowboys? They have not won in Dallas since 2017. So I can sit here and everything in my head and on paper says, they're the better team. They should definitely win this game. But these division games, man, they always seem to be a bit of a struggle. No matter which team is supposed to be good and which one's supposed to be bad, it always seems like there's these tight games in division. And I think, guys, I'm kind of feeling like this one will be an Eagle win, but a little uncomfortable at times.
How about that, Scott? Usually, you are more a positive, I think, with your picks over the last few weeks than I've been, but I feel completely different than you. I think today, they're going to have an opportunity to really make a statement and run it up. But before I get to that, Scott, so what is their identity? Is this a running team? Is this a defensive stalwart team? Is it a passing team? What is our identity right now?
I think their identity is a team that can take your will to want to win the game away. And how do they do that? Well, they do it by defeating you with the run. I would say that they are a run-first team. That's what I would identify them as, due to what Saquon Barkley has provided and, frankly, what this offensive line has done in front of them. I really like what these guys have done. They have done it with some depth and some pieces in. I did talk to Jordan Mailata briefly earlier this week, and he is eligible, in his words, to come off of IR for the Commanders game. So we will see on that, but they're getting closer to getting him back. Fred Johnson's done a nice job in front of him. But what they've done, and this is where, it's really twofold. Saquon Barkley's running the ball well, certainly. But on top of that, Jalen Hurts has run the ball well the last couple of weeks as well. He has shown the right time in the clock in his head to know when to get out of the pocket and run. He has also been a lot more careful with the ball. He's not being asked to throw it 40 times a game. 20 to 25 times a game is the perfect spot for him. And they're good passes that are he's letting his receivers make plays. And Dallas Goedert's back today. Looking forward to seeing that. So you look at all that, and I just see that offensively, that's who they are. They are run first and let everything funnel off of that. Defensively, they're a team that has really gotten a lot better in the secondary. They have played better in their zone coverages. I think their pass rush could get a little better. I know they had that run of sacks. I think some of that was due to coverage. I'd like to see them really get that number up a little higher. They have to harass Cooper Rush today. I mean, if you're not licking your chops to go after him, I don't know what you're doing on that defensive line. And I think they'll have opportunities to force turnovers today. But that's really who I think they are. They are a team that can play with the lead, and they can hold the lead. And what happened last week, I'm kind of throwing away a little bit on that fluke, ridiculous fumble that call that went down with Saquon. Really kind of turned a lot of things. But this is a team that if they go up today, Billy, I do see the pathway to a big win today is to score early, because the Cowboys, they had their own quarterback on the sideline last week mouthing, we bleeping suck. Yeah. Like, this team is going to quit if you can get up on them in the first quarter. But, that is something this team has not done well so far this year for the Eagles. So do it today, man, and you're on your way to hopefully an easier victory. And here's the key to that, right? Why is that necessary? You got a short week against a team you're going to be playing for first place. If you can get some of these guys like Saquon out in the fourth quarter, by God, do it. And I think they could definitely use it. And there's an opportunity potentially to do that today.
Scott, speaking of the offense, what was your takeaway from when Lane Johnson, admitted not just to the meeting in the locker room, but then followed up with Derek Gunn on his podcast about how, hey, we the players went to the coaches, they listened to us, and now we're a more efficient offense. What was your take on that whole thing? Because I think that, people have criticized Sirianni a lot, but no one's complimented him on listening to the players.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that is one of the qualities that you could say. This is not the first time this has happened with Nick. In the past, guys have gone to him. He values their players' opinions. And I think that's different than some of the old school hard-nosed. Like, I don't see Bill Belichick going, "Oh, Lane, that's what you'd like to do, please." Yes, I think that's a wonderful idea.
That's true.
So I think that is a credit to Nick Sirianni that he's willing to listen to his players. And that's not nothing, because that's how you hold a locker room. That's how you value their opinions. How you take, and it's not like you're going to have Cooper DeJean walk up, a rookie, and say, "Hey, Nick, I think we really got to try some of this." No, it's a valued veteran who has earned that level of respect. And I think it's important for Nick. Now, that doesn't mean that Lane comes up and says, "Hey, Nick, this week I think we should throw it 50 times." No, and Nick's going to certainly put his own thoughts into it. But that is one of the qualities, and I think, like I said, I'm glad you brought that up, Josh, that I think Nick Sirianni has shown is the ability to listen to his players, his senior player council that he has, that when those guys come to him with something, they know, first of all, that they're at least going to be heard. And it shows that he's willing to also take that advice and do something with it. Again, not all the time, but that's certainly, I think, a key quality that this team rallies around. And, it's obvious. I mean, everybody knew they needed to do more running of the ball. And this offensive line, nobody knows more than them. Hey, we can win that battle. And if we can get 2 to 5 yards of carry out of Saquon, he's going to bust one eventually. So let's just keep doing it. And then if they have to play that so hard, doesn't that open up passing lanes for Jalen? Doesn't it make his job easier with two very high-level talented, one among the top receivers in the league out there that he can throw it to, as well as a really good tight end? And Grant Calcaterra, guys, I know Dallas Goedert's back today, but I think Calcaterra has created an opportunity where he needs to still be throwing the ball 1 or 2 times a game and put some 2 tight end sets out there. Let the other team have to worry about it. I think he's established himself as a good receiving tight end that I don't want to see go away entirely with Goddard coming back.
Hey, Scott, Dave Klemic. Just wanted to ask you if you've noticed something that I've noticed. I think I watched the players last week. For one thing, everybody overlooked the Devontae Smith catch because of the Saquon Barkley run. How great was that catch? And have you noticed that the players' peripheral vision has opened up completely, especially Jalen Hurts, because of the he's holding on to the ball really well. And so your peripherals get really good. You're actually out there making plays, not just trying to screw up, but you actually have an open peripheral vision and you just can play and have fun. How much have you noticed that?
I think there's a lot to unpack there. So first of all, the catch. Yes, that was among the top catches by a receiver this year in my mind. That was phenomenal for Devon. And you're right, it was overshadowed by the hurdle that will likely, it has to win play of the year, right? I mean, it has to win play of the year. Devontae Smith's catch, though, was incredible. And when you see it, like in real time, I was going, oh, my goodness, he didn't get 2 feet in. And then when you see that replay, I mean, and Dave, you played the position. Man, those feet are so important. And the focus that you have to have. I didn't do it, but I can still respect that. The level of focus you have to have to be trying to drag those feet while pulling in with one hand a football and a guy draped over your back who wants nothing more than to see you bang your head into the ground. I mean, that's incredible. It's just incredible. And so the catch is amazing. And then you talk about Jalen, and this is where, I talked to you guys earlier in the year when they were 2-2, maybe 1-2 or something like that, when they were struggling. And it was, I was saying, where's the film sessions? Where's the study? Where's the growth from Jalen Hurts by seeing what he did the week before and building on it? And I thought you hit the nail on the head. It's not just the perception that he's got. That is, to me, due to the confidence that he has built or believes in now in the guys around him. I think he has the confidence in the offensive line to keep his eyes downfield longer. That's going to allow him to see things better. I think he also has confidence in his receivers better to deliver some of those balls. Grant Calcaterra, due to necessity, but now Jalen has confidence in Calcaterra to throw him the ball and know it's going to be caught. Jahan Dotson, guys, keep an eye on him. We all have been wondering, why did they make this trade? What was going on? I don't think Jalen had developed the chemistry and the confidence with Dotson to throw him the ball. After the catch Dotson made last week, I think that's going to start to open up a little bit more, and that's something I will watch and see if that does. But I think all of it, Dave, boils down to Jalen has more confidence in everything around him, which is allowing him to see the field a lot better. And we've been wanting that, right? We've all said he missed this guy. He was open. If he would have thrown that earlier, he had that guy open. I think all of that is stemming from confidence. And as long as that continues to roll, I think we're going to continue to see Jalen Hurts develop a little bit more. And it's not only that, it's the mental clock as well that I talked about earlier. He's allowing his legs to help him get around the pocket a little bit more to find space and then deliver the ball or find a running lane. And I think those are all areas of improvement where now I can say, I got to believe that's a Kellen Moore influence in film study that we're starting to see come out.
We're talking with Scott Grayson, as we do each and every Sunday throughout the football season. We get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson. And Scott, Eagles are 6-2. Cowboys are 3-5. All right, give us your 3 keys to the game for the Cowboys Eagles today at 425.
Okay, let me start with this because being around the players this week, and when you're around these young guys, and Dave, again, Dave can speak to this as a former player. We all feel this Cowboy hatred and this rivalry and, bury these guys. The players who are not from here or haven't been here for a couple of years that you really start to feel that, they don't get it. To them, this is another game. Now, it's a division game, and so it's a little more important in that role. But like a Cooper DeJean, I talked to him, he's trying to absorb it, but it's not, he doesn't know this yet. He's going to find out. But a Brandon Graham, you better believe he feels this. He understands this rivalry. Take all that out of the mix. Today you have an opportunity to take a division opponent, bury them in the ground and shovel the dirt on top of them and say goodbye to your season. If you win this game, the Cowboys are going to implode. They're done. They're pretty much on that point anyway. But you will put so much distance between them. Their season is essentially over. What better way to punch them in the mouth, kick them in the butt, and put them in the ground and say goodbye? So keys to the game. Play like that. Come out today and play like that. You want to set the tone early. I talked about it earlier. I want them to blow them out, Billy. I want them to follow what you believe. That only happens to me if you score in the first quarter. And if your defense can shut them down, force a couple turnovers, you get up by double digits in the first half. I think the path is there to just bury this team and blow them away. So an early, quick start is number one key. Number 2, beat these guys up at the line of scrimmage. And that means, yes, you're going to give Saquon the ball several times early. You're going to raise his touches early, but I'm okay with that because what I want to believe is we're going to be able to shut him down in the fourth quarter. So let him get on this team early. And then the third key, you just got to make Cooper Rush confused. The guy has had success, but the Eagles have had success against him. In the 4 times they played against him, they've gotten him to throw 3 interceptions. So I want to see them force some turnovers today as well. That's only going to help you calm down, go back to key number 1 and build on that lead. Those are the 3 things I want to see today. If that happens, guys, I think we could be looking at a very big win and rolling into a Thursday night game at home, a huge one with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence.
All right, Scott Grayson, now it's time for your pick.
Yeah. So I told you I'm a little concerned about I want to believe that this is going to be a blowout. I just can't go there with you. I'm still going to be rooting for that. But in terms of this game, I think they're not – I wouldn't think they're going to cover, but I think the Eagles will win. I'm going to go something like, I'll say 27-20.
27-20, that's a touchdown game, touchdown win. All
Solid
right,
win still, yes, but they're that number scares me that they're favored by. It's big.
I want to remind people to follow Scott Grayson on 97.3 ESPN.com. Grayson's Grades with Mike Gill and the Sports Bash as well. All right, Scott Grayson, let's stay tuned and see how the Eagles do today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll talk to you next. Well, I guess we'll have a recap next week because the Eagles play on Thursday. But we look forward to talking to you then. Let's go, Birds, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, you got it. Best of luck, guys, with all those Schweimers.
There he is, Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. It's the Keys to the Game, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and the staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers for all your real estate appraisal needs. Call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Ask for Norma, whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call on Monday, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue with more here as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill coming up on Happy Hour for Friday. We're getting you ready for the Eagles and the Cowboys. Sal Paolantonio joins us at 5 o'clock. Football at 4, plus the Sixers getting ready to take on the Lakers. We got Week 10 in the NFL. 4 more chances for you to qualify for this year's 99 Growlers Party.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game on December 29th? PicksForGood.org is sending 2 fans, VIP, club level, Eagles-Cowboys, December 29th. Access to VIP tailgate, food and beverage included. PicksForGood.org for your chance to go see Eagles-Cowboys December 29th down at the link.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Go for holiday bliss. Whether naughty or nice, you are not going to want to miss this. Go for nights that shine with friends a toast so fine. Go to find Santa's place. Go to see that smiling face. Go to give the gift of cheer with the card that brings dreams near. With endless fun and things to do, it is the gift that keeps on giving too. Go for the dazzling lights, it's quite a sight. Go to Ocean Casino Resort for holiday magic of every sort.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig here. giving you our thoughts on the Eagles Cowboys. And yesterday, Mark Grimes texted in, Josh. He predicted the Eagles 35-10. Bobby Schweim, who was part of the show yesterday, he said Eagles 33-13. Nikki Earnshaw, our Saturday producer, says 34-17. And now Scott Grayson, 27-20 in a closer game. Dave, let me ask you a question. When you play against a team that's hurt, has people out, the starting quarterback's down, they're like wounded dogs. You got to watch out for a wounded dog, right? You got to.
Yeah, once a year we used to play a team up. Like, so we in college we played Boston College one year, we played UConn one year, right? And you kind of look forward to that game because, like, here's a game I know I can win. I'm going to pad my stats on this game and everything. So it could be a trap game, but it's still a division, like
and I'm not suggesting the Eagles are going to take them lightly. It's just that when you go against a team that has a chip that has something to prove, like, nobody, like, just look at the picks of our people. Obviously, not giving the Cowboys any shot. Maybe Grayson's the closest one. You know what I'm saying, Josh? Like Cooper Rush. Micah Parsons coming back off an injury. You know what I'm saying? Like
his take on just confusing Cooper Rush with blitzes, you have to, because that's the one thing you can't recreate. Like blitzes in a game, right? You're not this backup quarterback doesn't have time to process that fast. He can process playing and practice and that.
But it's not
blitzes,
the speed of the game.
Yeah, it's not the same. So blitzing him like crazy is what they're going to have to do. I love that take because if you confuse him, he's going to throw picks. He's going to throw and they're going to switch the defensive backs around. They're going to change it. They're going to go to cover two, coming out cover two. Then they switch it to Tampa 2, whatever, and then they're going to blitz him like crazy. It's going to confuse the heck out of him. We're going to have like 3 picks today.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I think that the Cowboys want you to blitz them. Because I think they want to get the ball out of Cooper Kupp's hand fast. Because I think if you're the Cowboys, your path to victory is looking at the Tampa game. Okay? What did Baker Mayfield do that entire game? Ball out. Boom, 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 boom. And the Cowboys still have some offensive talent. It's not like they're bereft of receivers, right? So
CeeDee Lamb's out, right?
No, he might play. He's questionable.
But he's dealing with injury.
He's got a shoulder issue. But
I thought he was out. That's why
Cooper DeJean lay him out one time, and we have to worry about it.
Well, no, but the point is that still, even if he doesn't play, if you are a football team trying to win a game, you know that there's a path to victory to beat the Eagles. So if you let them blitz you too much and you leave the back end exposed, I don't care how good Mitchell, DeJean, and fill in the blank is, you're going to leave those guys on an island, and they can't cover them 10 times out of 10.
Fangio's MO is he's not a blitzer, so
Well, he has blitz this year.
He has blitz, but he's not really known as a blitzing coordinator.
No, he's not. So to me, I'm hoping Fangio doesn't listen to Klemic over here, and goes back to his fundamentals, which is bringing guys in covered. You said confuse him. You confuse the quarterback like Cooper Rush, who, by the way, is 5-1 as a starting quarterback.
He's 5-1 as a starter.
He's not a total bum. You confuse him by not necessarily just blitzing him, but by bringing guys from different angles, bringing guys like, for example, if Billy, you talked about watching last night the Alabama LSU game.
Yeah.
What did Alabama do the entire game? You watched that game. All Alabama did is you think the blitz coming from the left? It's coming from the right. You think the blitz coming from the front? No, it's coming from the edge. They literally had Nussmeier, who is the son of an NFL coach, out of his gourd, losing his mind.
Yeah, he threw a couple of picks, and he didn't look too good. I didn't think he played well last night.
He played like an idiot last night.
He was
Nussmeier looked bad last night.
Dave, I'm always, me, I'm a creature of I look at these stats, and I'm a creature of habit. When I look at the stats, I think the scores it's pretty much reflected in the stats. And the Cowboys give up 28 points a game.
Yeah, so technically the game should be 28-21 Eagles,
right?
Because that's what they give up. That's what they get.
Right.
So it should be. Today, though, we're dealing with the Eagles have momentum, and momentum is scary because we're having fun. When you're losing, you're not having fun anymore.
Right.
And then you start to like we talked about peripherals, it changes. Just do my job right. I just want to do my job right. I'm not going to make a play. So there's these plays out there where Jalen Hurts is going to throw it up and just let A.J. Brown I'm better than you. I'll make a play. The other guy, they're not going to do that. They're going to throw to wide open receivers and not take chances. We're having fun. We're taking chances. We're hard on people backwards. We're diving, making one-hand pull in the pool catches, by Devontae Smith. I mean, he talked about how hard a catch that was. You try to have that catch, and a guy's going to land on your back, and you're going to drop your crotch right on the ground.
And you got to get your
you know what I mean? And you got to get your toes in balance.
Yeah.
That's what hits first, by the way.
Right.
It doesn't feel good.
And of course, Scott Grayson said the Cowboys right now at 3-5. You beat them. You beat them convincingly. They pretty much packed their season in, and they might fold.
Listen, I think there would be nothing an Eagles fan would be happier about than ending the Cowboys season before December.
I love it. All right. We're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House for over 83 years. The Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquor was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the Eagles game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Now, we're here at LaScala's, and I got to tell you, the food here is phenomenal. It opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. Come on down. That's LaScala'sBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Brian Rank here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's a big game in primetime this week when the 6-3 Texans host the 7-1 Lions. Detroit is on a 6-game winning streak and leads the league in scoring. Now they face a Houston team that is a perfect 4-0 at home. Join Mike Golick and me for all the action. Lions and the Texans coming up on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. Please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks,
"How's your French going?"
you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig. And we got the inactives, right, Josh? We got.
We got some interesting guys. We got to bring up the Brian Hartley here, Billy.
All right, so you want to give us the inactives before we bring up the guru? Or?
Well, I mean, I'll give you a couple. So the Buffalo Bills will be without both Amari Cooper and Keon Coleman today. They are both out. Also, for those who didn't already know, Trevor Lawrence is out for the game today. It'll be C.J. Beathard playing today officially. Christian McCaffrey is officially back.
All right.
Yes, my fantasy roster is going to make sense now.
Perfectly for the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com. Call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the Shore since 44, celebrating their 80th anniversary. That's the Charlie's Bar. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, Brian Hartley? My fantasy football team is I think I'm 5-4, but I'm going up against Knicks Nuggets today. I've already got a 64-31 lead on them, and my win probability is 59%. But of course, that means nothing.
See, here's the problem with this
that
conversation,
means nothing,
Brian.
Josh.
Billy sits there and says, I think my team is this. I think I'm playing this person. Brian, I think the real answer to why Billy has done more successful fantasy football is because he's not fully paying attention.
What do you mean? I made some moves this week. What do you see? He doesn't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, man. He's just punching bag up here. Do I have to defend Billy
yeah,
here?
Please do.
He does better than me.
I
don't
right?
even look. I don't even look at
and
it
he
all
played
year.
professional football, so you guys can go scratch. Okay, Guru, you're up, Guru.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So we have figured out that this segment now, the only thing we're talking about is Brian's team and Billy's team. Got it.
We're the only two people that exist in this world, right?
Apparently.
Hey, Guru, at least I got rid of Brandon Ayuk, because remember last week I didn't realize that he was out for the whole entire season, so I finally dropped him. All right, Brian. I had Joe Burrow. He had a sensational game on Thursday night, and they still couldn't win. Wow. This week, our own Dave Klemic got a chance to get over to Charlie's Bar and drop off his jersey. It's going to be hanging up at Charlie's Bar. This Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they're renovating the place, and I have a picture up there anyway from when Jack donated the lights, and it's all illuminated. So
right?
We're up there with when Charlie's and the Thomas family donated the lights. But now Jimmy and Jeff been asking me for the jersey forever, right. And I have a bunch of them. And I finally was like, man, they've been sitting there.
They look nice. It's encased in glass, right?
Yep.
It's really
and
nice.
it's that jersey actually it's a game worn uniform. That's why I didn't sign the actual jersey.
Oh, is that right?
That's a jersey I wore in a game, and that so I gave them in the picture I'm wearing, or that's on the side of it.
Right.
That is a picture in that jersey, so it's real. It means a lot to me. I took a lot to get it out of my house, but it made perfect sense to put it at Charlie's, who have been super supportive of us.
So what you're really saying is that now
I'm gonna cry, right?
You know, this segment now has turned into be all about Brian, Billy, and Dave.
Yeah.
See how-
Sorry, Josh.
See how that works? It's my show.
Or me and Brian played on the same soccer team growing up, the Kicks. Yeah, they got our jersey somewhere in there too. He was a good soccer player.
All right, Brian. Let's talk. Get ready for you. Give us your picks so everybody can enjoy the fantasy football guru. Give us your picks for Week 10 in the NFL. All right, Brian Hartley, the fantasy football guru. The Eagles are playing the Cowboys today. And, of course, we'd like to get your take on how you think this game is going to shake out today in Dallas at 425. (31-17), and of course we pointed out earlier that the Cowboys have been giving up 28 points a game. So 31 points doesn't look too. It looks reasonable. I mean, they should be able, if they're firing on all cylinders and they're executing properly. Dave, I don't see a problem with 31 points hanging on.
I think we could score 3 more points than the average team has done. But we have the talent to do so. And Brian said it.
All right, fantasy football guru Brian Hartley, we appreciate you. And maybe one of these weekends, one of these Sundays, you'll make it out to LaScala's and sit on the set with us.
I like how you can't get one in. Your friend's going to do nothing but bust your chops. You know what I mean? Like you finally get to do something, cool, and everybody brings you right back down.
Right back down.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, what are friends for? All right, Brian, we appreciate you. Let's go Birds. We'll talk to you next Sunday. All right, there he is. Brian Hartley, the fantasy football guru, is brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, located in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out their full menu. By the way, I love their salad wedge. It's to die for.
Yeah, Jimmy
Best
told me,
salad wedge
I had
around.
to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Jimmy said, until you start losing some weight, stop talking about the salad on there.
Thanks a lot.
There you go, Jimmy.
All right. Check out their full menu at charliesbar.com. Call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD, 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the Shore since 44. Celebrate their 80th anniversary. That's the Charlie's Bar. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there and say hello to Will, Jason. They're a bunch of great guys down there. All right. Everybody, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up, give you our picks. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig right here as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season this Sunday in Dallas against their NFC East rival Cowboys.
Vince passed another, leaps over a third, and knocks down at the 30. What was that?
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at 3 p.m. and kickoff at 4:25. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi, my entire family's obsessed with all things Wicked, but my kids can't stop watching the trailer, and now they're having a Wicked-themed sleepover. Do you think our internet can handle all of the streaming and memeing going on?
Well, we've engineered our Xfinity gateways to handle hundreds of devices at once, so they can all stay magically connected.
Wow. Are you a wizard?
I wish. No, just someone that won't let a bad connection burst your internet bubble.
Now through November 12th, get thrillifyingly fast 300 megabit Xfinity internet with unlimited data included for just $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com to learn more. Keep the magic going from your screen to the big screen and see Wicked. Only in theaters November 22nd. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan to auto start bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Currently $90 a month. Actual speeds vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig here. And, of course, the place is people starting to file in here and get ready for Eagles Cowboys. I'd like to see Dave.
Mostly Schweims.
A lot of Schweims here running around. Eagles 2-6, Cowboys 3-5. Dave Klemic, let's start off with you. I like what Scott Grayson said. You get to them early, get to the Cowboys early, score early and often, and rip their heart out, put the dirt on them, and they can kiss their season goodbye.
Every time you get up on someone early, they become predictable. They have to pass at the end. They have to throw the ball, and it becomes a predictable thing. So that's what if I'm picking a score right here, I'm going to pick like I said it earlier, and then Scott Grayson changed my mind.
Right.
So I'm going 35-22. And I think that we're going to score in the first quarter again. So we only did it. I said we're going to get 10 points this last quarter when we get 7. We're going to score once. We'll get a touchdown every quarter, and then we'll throw in a field goal there.
All right. Danny Ryan back at the studio. I know you have an opinion on this, so I'd like to hear it.
Contrary to Billy's belief, the Eagles are 6-2, not 2-6. But
did I say 2-6?
I was going to say something too.
Did I say 2-6?
Yes, you did. It's okay though.
Thank you
I
for
understood.
straightening me out.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. Listen, I think the Cowboys get absolutely destroyed today. I do think they'll keep it competitive early on, but as Dave said, they're going to get down as the game goes on, and they'll become predictable. So I have Saquon Barkley getting 2 touchdowns. I have Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean getting their first interceptions in the NFL today, and I have the Eagles winning 30-16 over the Cowgirls in Dallas.
30-16 over the Cowgirls. Josh Hennig.
Yes.
Your turn.
So, as I said on my show, Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock, game night on 97.3 ESPN, I said, like Scott Grayson said, he kind of stole my thunder there, or he stole it from me. It depends on who you want to ask. One of my keys on Friday was that the Eagles have to get out to a lead early because the Eagles need to rest their guys for Thursday night. The only way you're going to rest the guys on Thursday night is if you go out there and say, hey, we're going to get out to a big lead, and we're just going to keep going. One of the problems that happened in the Jags game was they took their foot off the gas pedal.
Yes.
You can't do that again, especially against a division rival. So to me, I think the Eagles will learn from that mistake. They'll go out there, and I have them winning this game 35-20.
35-20. Any chance that this could be a trap game in your estimation?
I don't think this game would be the trap game. I think the next game would be the trap game because it's a short week.
Dave?
There's
any chance that the Eagles overlook or not underestimate the Cowboys because of the health of this team and their record so far?
That's possible, but I think momentum right now is going to overtake all of that. And I just being from the locker room standpoint, they're gelling right now. They're having fun.
Right.
And they're not overlooking them. They can't wait to have fun tonight. They cannot wait to have fun, and that's going to overtake anything they could absolutely overlook.
4:25 kickoff. Mike and Merle on the call. You can catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Josh, you know me. Every time I look at when we do these picks, I look up and down and I see it's all one way, and it's all pretty convincing win for the Eagles according to our prognosticators. However, I want a big win. I want to run it up, but I don't think it's going to be that way. I mean, like you said, Josh, these games are always close. NFC East games. So I'm going to say Eagles are going to win this game 28-20. 28-20. Grayson says 27-20. I think it'll be 28-20. That's fairly close.
Well,
will that be enough to get the starters out of the game? No.
No, it won't. And I think that is if you're concerned about the Thursday game, you got to score more than 27-28 in this game. I think that is I know it's easier said than done because it's the NFL and these guys are all playing for jobs and everything, but Dave, you know how it is when a team has a track record of not playing well. You got to take advantage of them, right?
Oh, Coach Vermeil always says keep a losing team losing. That's all you need to do to make the playoffs. And, this thing with momentum, though, I keep talking about, I feel it. It's a gut feeling. People have been around for I don't know how many millions of years. We get feelings about things.
Sure.
This is something I've been in the locker room for a long time. I see guys and how they're becoming selfless when they play. They're having fun. This is going to be a blowout.
Let me ask you real quick, Jordan Davis, what do you expect to see out of him today? Because they've been taking him out of third down situations.
Well, they're taking him out of third down situations because Milton Williams and Moro Ajomo are just better right now.
Right.
So I think Jordan Davis is a guy that people had a lot of hope for because of his size and his athleticism. But I think at the end of the day, if he's just not better than Milton Williams, who cares if he's a first-round pick? Put the better guy in.
And, of course, Nakobe Dean and Vaughn, they look like they've been playing really well, the two inside linebackers for the Eagles. They've looked like they're really starting to buy into Vic Fangio's defense.
Yeah, and I think Nakobe Dean had a game ball last week, right?
Yep, for the interception.
And very well deserved. He has done nothing but improve every single week. He got a former top 4 pick he took him out of his own job, sent him off to Dallas. Where did he end up? In Texans. And he's doing his thing. Yeah. And he's doing his thing, man. I'm becoming a Nakobe Dean fan now.
Josh Sweat and Nolan Smith, they're starting to get to the quarterback.
To me, the Sweat getting the quarterback is actually more important because of the fact that he is a veteran and he's been doing this a while. And you need your veterans to step up. You can't keep asking the kids to do all the work. You know, you're on the field. You got to do your job too. And I think that Sweat has shown in the last 3 weeks that I don't know if you want to say he's more engaged or what, but he obviously looks like he's way more ready for the moment.
This defensive unit looks like it's come together. Who's your player of the game for the Eagles today?
Quinyon Mitchell. I think he's got a pick or two.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Josh?
My player of the game is going to be Dallas Goedert.
Go Dart.
My player of the game, go Dart. My player of the game, Jalen Hurts.
All right.
Jalen Hurts is going to have a big game today.
Okay.
He's going to explode today.
I like it.
And you know what? If he does, I might even think the Eagles might score more than 20. How about that? All right. I want to thank LaScala's for putting us up today. Come on down to LaScala's Beach House. Watch the game. Check out the Atlantic Ocean through the palm trees. And this is a great place to watch the game. Great food, great ambiance, and great atmosphere. Come on down. I want to thank Vinny Papale Jr., Scott Grayson, and Brian Hartley. Thank you. Dave, thank you. Josh, thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Let's go, Birds!
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Hey, Eagle